Hello everybody, so are you among those who don't want season, don't want new character, you just want to invest in a single character or several of them, those who are available, and progress with them like forever? Well, Diablo 4 isn't designed like that. I mean, when I played Diablo Immortal, I think, the reason they actually put like so many worlds tiers there is because again, this allowed those who want to just rush forward, let them rush forward. Anyway, this game is about making money anyway, so if you want to really get there fast and be first, well, let players just continue on and on. But the problem with that, again, that when it comes to players who play more casually, eventually there won't be any kind of incentive to go and play back again if you take a pause, because your friends are so much deep into the tiers that you're going to find, well, I can't really keep up with them, and basically you're going to find that you're so far behind, it will be very demotivating. Now again, in Diablo 4, of course, it's a paid game and you're going to pay for it, though we want to make sure that players come back or even take a pause. They don't feel they are very far behind and there is an incentive to come back and play more. Now, I believe that the reason it existed in Diablo 4, it exists in Diablo 4 because it works. They already tested it in Diablo 3. So they see that, people engage with that, players enjoying it, and otherwise they wouldn't break it, they would just do something else. And the thing is, this is not something new. They introduced this in patch 2.1 in Diablo 3 on 26th of August 2014. So seasons are into Diablo, almost part of the DNA. I mean, it was introduced when the game was released, but later on. But still, it's a long time to actually test the thing and see how the community engages with it, and if it's actually, help retain players, and maybe inviting other players or new players to come and enjoy the game even years after the game is released. And also watch a Q&A on a channel on YouTube called Future Game Show, FGS, and there the developers mentioned, they asked them, well, what's the reason, to do that? And they mentioned that new seasonal questline and new gameplay seasons will be adding in every season, all tied into this really big seasonal theme that will be released every quarter. And they mentioned that it feels fun making a new character, kind of roll through and play again. Better replay value for the content. New legendary items will be added to the game in unique items, and players will of course use them to farm for. And this is very important. This is actually the one that kind of made me stop. Diablo is designed around the idea of capped progression, right? Capped progression, this is a quote. So basically there's so much power you can get. There's a limit of power you can get. It's not like a never-ending curve. You can continue getting better and better items. And they said you get to a certain point and then you get to a certain power and then they stop. So the thing is that you really can't just find better and better and better items all the time, and you're just going to be forever, and you think, alright, just going to progress with this character for endless, and you have endless challenges for this character. From what I understand, and from what mentioned in the Q&A, I'm going to link to the Q&A, by the way, in the description of this video, so you can to this video, so we can check it out. They mentioned it. So basically, there's no really reason for you to just try to stay with a single character, because eventually it will be capped. So we're going to try many different combinations. It will be fun, it will be powerful, but eventually you're going to get to a point where extra farming won't really get you anywhere. Or it's not gone anywhere, not get you any extra a lot that it's actually worth the time you actually invest in trying to get better gear. Eventually you're going to cap. So that's where the season comes along and introduce content that allows you to try a new character with, of course, new unique gear and legendary gear, and try to farm with those again. Now, this is of course optional. You don't have to do that. And some player would probably prefer, min-maxing the character. But from my understanding, there's going to be a limit for that. Now you need to understand that generally speaking, the seasonal content was actually very well received by Diablo players. But there are of course disadvantages, like Burnout for example, where seasons generally involve again starting a new character from scratch and progressing through the game as quickly as possible to achieve certain goals. This can lead to burnout for some players, especially those who play extensively. There's also the repetitiveness. If seasonal content doesn't change significantly from season to season, it can become repetitive and boring for some players. The other thing is we're getting time limit. Season typically run for a fixed period, after which players' seasonal characters are converted to a non-seasonal character. This can be frustrating for players who don't have much time to play and feel they can compete with those who can devote more time to the game. Also, the competitive nature. The leaderboard system in Diablo 3 season encourages competitive play, and will be of course in Diablo 4. This isn't to everyone's taste. Some players prefer a more relaxed cooperative experience. There are also some balancing issues, like each season often introduces new items or balance changes sometimes. These changes may not be well received by the community, especially if they disrupt established strategies or character builds. And of course, there is the preference for permanent progress. Some players prefer to continuously build and improve a single character rather than starting afresh each season. So what are your thoughts about this care progression in the seasonal content? Do you like it? You hate it? And even though you're gonna play it anyway, or this is something just kind of makes you just ditch this game altogether? Let me know in the comment section below your exact thoughts and why, and let's discuss it there in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.